Welcome back. So in this video, it's about asking questions. Do we let them do it? Do we let them do the communication, or do we ask questions? That's what we'll be talking about in this video. So the idea is that we sit, we connect, and we speak. Let the spirit world do it. Which is absolutely, that would be great if that was as easy as that sounds. Let them do the talking, let them express. The downside to this form or this style of mediumship is the reference base or the allowance of the reader. So if you're someone that's new to mediumship and you're looking to develop mediumship, for me to just say to a student, right, just let them talk. They haven't a clue where to start. They haven't a clue what's going to come or what to do or how to present or how to keep the energy going. What happens when the energy gets sticky or the client is hard or the audience is hard. They just wait because they've been told, don't ask questions, let the spirit world do it for you. So you can see where the problems, I don't really need to highlight them, I don't think. You can see exactly where the problems are going to come or present themselves. Students that are doing that right now is like, hopefully you're like, oh my god, this is the video that I need, this is what I need to be listening to. And so we're going to go through a process that will hopefully help you in getting past a block or energy or they're not saying anything process to keep the communication going. Now, I always describe this scenario, and I'm sure I've done it in videos prior to this one, is just imagine the front door goes, and I have to get up, and I go to the front door, and I open the door, and someone is just stood there. That's going to get really awkward really quickly, and I'm going to be looking at them, they're going to be looking at me, and in the end, I'm going to go, what are you knocking on my door for? And that's in effect, I would be the spirit world, and the person at the front door would be you. That's gonna get awkward really really quick. I think we can all agree with that. Just play that scenario out in your head, and you can see that that's just not right. So now let's change it. You go to the front door, the door knocks, and you get up and you make your way to the front door, and someone greets you at the front door. Hi, my name's whatever, and then the conversation unfolds. That could be absolutely anything. They could be trying to sell you windows and doors, or asking if you want to sell your property, or whatever people knock on your front door for. There is a communication that takes place, and through that communication, it will unfold in a unique way. Maybe you've got 4 or 5 houses along your street. Maybe you got 20, 25 houses along your street. Whatever it'll be, every time that person goes and knocks on a door, that conversation will unfold in different ways. It will take different tangents throughout that communication at the front door. Some will just tell them to go away, and some will probably invite them in. Some people will just, embrace the moment and have the conversation. And it's happened numerous times to me, especially with people like of a religious background that have been knocking on my front door, and the conversation that unfolds there. This is very normal. If you're struggling with that example, then I use another one where we all go to Starbucks. We go to Starbucks and we order our coffee, and we sit down. If no one starts that communication, that is going to be a long coffee. That is going to be an awkward coffee. This is a process that I use with the spirit world. I feel like I want to have a chat. Now, in any of those scenarios, if it's awkward in any way, my personality now is one that will want to make this less awkward. So I'll ask a question. So what did you get up to yesterday? You got any plans for the week ahead, or how did that thing go that you were planning on? Again, the list is endless there. And what happens usually is they respond. Yeah, it was fine. I had a great time. I can't wait to get there. It's only a week away now. And now the conversation is up and running. That coffee time will go very, very quickly. And if you've got the coffee conversation going well, you'll probably order a second coffee and you'll continue your conversation, your communication. And this is exactly the same as that with the spirit world. We're trying to extract a communication, a conversation for the client. If you are just sitting there going, at your front door, or at the coffee table, this is going to be extremely awkward. So to let someone do the talking is not going to work all of the time. Granted, there are people that when you knock on someone's door or you go and have a coffee with them, it's virtually impossible to shut them up. I agree, that's definitely there. I can't get a word in edgeways, that's fine. Then that communication will work well. That's one of those ones where you turn up, everything goes, you express it because you understand the story, you understand the personality, you understand the life experience that they've had, then that reading will go well for you. But the following week, you may have someone that's a little bit more timid, a little bit more shy, and therefore now you're going to have a problem. It's going to feel like it's sticky, or my mediumship's gone away, I don't know what to do, or how to fix it. So the understanding of the teaching of mediumship is that, yeah, it's great to let them do the talking, but some people aren't ready for that. And so the lesson will fail. Your students will feel like they're not getting anywhere. There's no progress being made. We need a toolbox of mechanics that will get us out of all situations. So the shy people, the ones where we ask the right questions at the right time to prolong the communication or to get more information. And the way we do this is exactly the same way you do at a front door or while you're having a coffee with a friend or a colleague. Now, there are no two conversations the same. You may have two friends that don't get on with one another, so you have to split your time. I'll go for a coffee on Wednesday with said friend, and then the other friend I'll meet up on Friday lunchtime and have a coffee with them because they don't get on in the same group. Those two conversations are going to be completely different and you will approach it in a different way. Your personality may be different around those two people in the example. Mediumship is absolutely no different. You're going to have to approach it uniquely for the individual that's coming forward. You may not like the individual that's coming forward. They may make your skin crawl, or you don't like their personality, or something that they've done in their life that you completely disagree with. But you're there for that conversation. You have to find a way that your personality can handle this. Your communication can flow and get the information out for the client because your opinion, your judgments are not required within this communication. So the idea of just let the spirit world do it for every communication is absolutely not going to work. So it's like any conversation that we have. There are points of interest. There'll be things that intrigue you in some way, or certainly if they say something that makes you think, oh, there's more to that. And we've got millions of examples that you can use for that scenario. We all know that when someone says something, like, no, I didn't meet with Dave on Wednesday because it don't matter. You go, all right, so what's happened there then? What was that reaction for? It does matter because you brought it up now, so let's talk about it. I can see you're worried, or I can see you're upset or angry about it. So what did Dave do? And that was the right question to ask at that particular moment. It's not going to be a list of questions. It's not going to be ask this question every time and your communication will work. Your mediumship has to hold all the variables for any scenario that you mechanically can get out of with the right question, with the right mechanic to keep this communication going. We've all had those awkward conversations where we just want to get up and go. We've all had those conversations where time absolutely just flew by because it was just so much fun. This is how mediumship is going to be every single time. There is no one way. It's not going to be just ask these questions and it will work. So you need the variety within your mind. You need to understand that these individuals are unique, and the uniqueness of them, you're going to have to adjust your personality, your style, your questioning, your way to suit that individual, to let the reading commence, to let it be successful and to be fulfilled. So I don't agree with the teachers that say, let the spirit world do it all for you. That's not how communication works. It works on both parts. In this example of mediumship, it's always a minimum of three. So I say a three-pointed triangle. It's a three-way communication. The spirit communicator, the medium, the loved one, stroke client. And that has to be adapted uniquely every time we connect. Lot to think about there, I think. So hopefully that will help some of you. I know I've offended a few people, but it is what it is. If you did get any value out of it, for those that are being taught this or believe that in some way, maybe this gives you a new insight. So give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you lot in the next video.